Welcome to a special episode of the MC Knitting Adventures podcast. My name's Colleen.
And my name is May. Welcome, returning viewers, and for those of you watching us for the first time, we're so glad you could be here. Now, on today's adventure, we went to the Kitchener-Waterloo Knitters Fair, which was awesome. We had a great lunch. You might want to see that because we saw some pickleball players at our lunch. We've got a little video to show you there. And then afterwards, we went about a half an hour drive, and we went to the Galt House of Yarn. Great day, lots to share with you. Can't wait, but let's get started.
Before we headed out, I needed to go get some gas, and on the way back, beautiful harvest moon. And I said to May, you've got to take a look. It's amazing. The color of it, the size of it was brilliant.
And the picture here doesn't really do it justice. It was kind of out there.
Exactly.
It was really nice. So that's how we started our day. We have a video. We have a video of the whole Kitchener Fair and our lunch and everything. We have a video to share with you. And before we got in a lineup, just to set it up, we got in a lineup, and Colleen and the young lady behind us, who took a bus from London, by the way, she went to Western and she took this bus. She got up early in the morning.
Exactly.
Had we known, she doesn't live very far from us, we could have driven her, but anyway. So she sees these two men,
right.
And she says, oh, they're famous, and Colleen's like, oh, that's so-and-so and so-and-so. I have no idea.
I said, it's Cabin Boy Knits. And this girl behind us was so excited. And May said she was going to go over.
Go ahead and say hi to them. I mean, they look like they're approachable. And they're like, no. Colleen was like, oh, no. And
I had to hold the place in line. And May was going to go take a picture. So.
And the young girl goes, oh, they're just too famous for me.
Exactly.
And I'm like, okay.
Really
so
cute.
I thought, well, I'll go and get a picture of them.
Exactly.
So I walked up, got to get this picture. And I said, excuse me, do you mind if I take your picture? Apparently you're famous. And they said, do you know who we are? I said, I have no idea. I said, I'm really not a knitter. And
it was so cute.
But my friends over here, I said, are thinking that you're famous, and they would love to have your picture. And so they were very kind enough, and as you can see from the photo, that they let us have their picture. So that was before we went our way in.
Exactly. And then they came by us in the line. I didn't look around to see what the girl behind us was doing at that point in time, but they actually asked us a few questions, what we were looking at.
Maybe they're going to put it on their podcast. Do they have a podcast?
Know. They do have a podcast.
Well, maybe they'll put it on their podcast.
Exactly.
So we'll have to check that out.
That was exciting, and we hadn't even got in yet.
And, very well organized. I mean, they stamp your hand. You'll see in the video, they stamp your hand. Mm-hmm. Now, if you had some mobility issues, I'm not sure that you'd want to go to that venue unless they have
You know what? There is an elevator.
There's an elevator?
Yeah,
perfect.
there is
because there is a lot of stairs. As you see, Colleen's running down those stairs to get to this yarn.
You did speed up the film, let's be honest, a little bit, but not much.
I did speed it up, but it was kind of funny.
It was.
Anyway, well, why don't you just put that in there now?
Sure.
Okay, well, let's just put that in there.
So as you can see, so much yarn, so much roving, so much amazingness there. It was lots of stitch markers, everything, so much to see. And it's always interesting when you go to one of these fairs, because for you, your job is to take pictures. She gets pictures, I don't even remember seeing those things. Sometimes I have a plan. I know there's a certain booth I want to go to. I know I need to get there fast because I know it's going to be really, really popular. And so it really depends, like if you're just strolling, if you're not sure. Sometimes if you know there's a vendor that's going to be there, that if you know, the only other way to get it is to order online, then you may want to do that, which is what I wanted to do. But I had a great look around, and May and I are always really good.
Yeah, we kind of tell each other where we're going.
Exactly. You know, I say, oh, hi, May. And she goes, I say, May, you got to get over here. I don't know what color to pick every time, right?
But usually in my mind, I'm thinking, where's that Colleen? And I just get that thought out of my head, and there you are. You show up somehow.
Exactly. So,
and you know what? This particular, as you could have seen, it was like 2 hockey arenas full of, you know, a yarn person who's just loved that, I'm sure, right? And I love talking to the vendor. I love talking to them a lot. They're so positive and happy to be there.
Exactly.
And then we run into some people that know on our podcast, like there's Wendy, and then there's
a lady from Winnipeg.
And the other couple of ladies that we ran
Exactly.
into. With a lady with the...
Oh, Donna Ma from Codependent Knitters, and Adrian.
Yes.
So
I
exciting.
mean, we ran into these people. It's awesome. So we just love it. It's a nice little network there, yes.
Exactly. So then we decided my shopping was done. And we had enough time we thought, well, we'll go have lunch. And I had talked to May about going to the Galt House of Yarn because they'd moved and we hadn't been to their new place. But before that, we needed to eat.
Yes, we did.
And so we used our GPS and found a park, and away we went.
And the park was on our way to our next Galt House of Yarn. So
Exactly.
we just put that in our GPS thing, put it in there, found this park, and lo and behold, they had pickleball. I'm going to put that video in right now. As you can see, weather was amazing. The pickleball was so great. Those people were awesome. They actually do that in the winter, Colleen. I was chatting away with them. And they actually have a snowblower. They shovel the snow. And during COVID, they did it all winter. And I thought they were kidding. And they said, no, we're not kidding. We actually do this in the winter. I just wondered maybe they wore boots because you don't want to be slipping.
It's slipping, exactly. Well, the interesting thing was we were having the big debate. Are these portable pickleball nets?
Right.
Which they are. So there was 2 sets, and I said, well, what about the lines? Because there was a basketball hoop, and I thought, well, it's basketball lines.
Right.
But the
lines were painted on.
by the city.
Yeah. And they just bring their own nets, which was kind of cool. Because the tennis nets were just that little bit too high.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was kind of fun. And as you can see, we had a lovely lunch. And we had this combination of those pretzels that you can buy with hummus and grapes. And it's a great lunch to take. It's not too fussy.
No, exactly.
And what a combination. We love that combination.
It was really, really good. A little chocolate for dessert. You like that part
but I
too.
didn't show that part, Chloe. You just told them. That was our secret. And then we're off to the Galt House of Yarn, which I said is only a half an hour away.
Right.
They moved from a different location. We've been there before.
Right.
And they're only about a mile, she says, down from where her last location was.
Exactly. So it's on Beverly Street. Yeah.
It isn't, but it's on a larger scale. Like they have more square footage. Very bright, as you can see from the video that we're going to put in right here.
Galt House of Yarn, what was really impressive is because it's bigger space, then they can have different kinds of yarns. And we spoke with the owner, and she was talking about, because there were some spaces that were empty, and I said, it must be really exciting to get to order all these new yarns and have them in. And she's really good at displaying the colors and the kinds of yarn. And there are some, and she's been really good to put up signs that says, this is the future site of this
that
yarn.
was a kind of cool, neat idea, wasn't
Exactly.
it? Now, I
exactly.
don't normally take a lot of the pictures, but I took a lot of pictures of some samples that she had knitted herself, and I just threw those in that video.
Yeah, and you did ask her, and she said most of the ones she knitted
Yes, she
all
did.
by herself.
Yeah.
So it's a great store, and I had a little bit of fun there too.
Well, do you want to share your souvenirs?
Okay, let's talk about
for the day.
souvenirs. We'll talk about from the day. So let's talk about, first of all, about the Knitters Fair. So my main objective, if you can call one main objective, there's always more than one, was I wanted to go to the blue brick. So I had seen this pattern, which is called the Fading Plaid Scarf. It's by Robbie Laughlin. I've knit things from him before, and I thought, oh, I really would like to go to blue brick. So this is one of their cards. Anyway, and so I said, May, I'll see you later. And so we kind of went in. Maybe that's why I was running down the stairs. And I went in and I thought, I'm going to see, because I needed to get this mammoth size thing. This pattern uses some DK weight yarn. And so I kind of went there, grabbed one, because by the time I got there, there was a lady who had 3 in her hand already.
I know, it gets busy.
It is.
That's the thing about the video. If you notice, when we first get there,
Right.
I can take, I feel that I can take some photographs and talk to some people. And then
Right.
as the video goes on, it gets less and less because
Right.
it's just bodies, and I'm really not able to get photographs. So I apologize
Exactly.
for that.
Exactly.
But it's because of the business, which is good for all the vendors.
So this is the yarn.
I got a picture of this fellow too.
It is. It's beautiful.
Not this, but the fellow.
The fellow. There's the yarn. So I'm really excited. And it's funny thing is, we were busy I was talking to you about the color. We were talking to Dawn of Codependent Knitters, and her hair is now gray and my hair is gray. And I said, I'm not sure about having the gray in this. Then I realized what I was doing, and she said, we can wear gray as long as it's a cool gray.
It's a cool gray, yeah.
Exactly.
And she had on a gray sweater, which looked really great on her.
Exactly. So I'm happy with that. And so that was the first thing. And then what happened was, in looking around, so I put that in my hand. I thought, okay, I'm going to hold on tight to
It's
this
very
one.
nice. Feels nice.
Yeah, it's got a little cashmere in it.
Oh, that's why. Oh,
It is.
Yes, okay, that makes
So
sense.
then I saw this color, which is called Exhale.
I love this color.
And this is, it's a big skein. It's got 800 yards in it. It's a gradient, but it's lace weight. And I thought, a couple of years ago, I won, I had entered not a contest, it was just a random number generator kind of thing. And this was one of the things that came in the prize. And it's a book of blue brick patterns, and I thought, I am sure there is something in that book that yarn would work for. And it's called the Cicada Shawl. I'll just hold that up.
That's a
I
nice
don't know
book.
if you've seen it.
I love that. That's
Exactly.
nice.
So this is just going to be, I don't know, I seem to be gravitating towards these lovely kind of tealy greens. I'm really happy with this.
A lot of their stuff's gradient. Is that
Exactly. That's one of their famous things for.
Oh, was it?
Exactly.
Oh,
Look at her
wow.
knowing gradients.
Wow,
Exactly.
that's amazing. I love
So
this
the
stuff
nice
in
thing
here.
is that it will follow the plan.
Have you done this?
I have done that.
It looks familiar.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because
nice.
the last time we were at the Kitchener-Waterloo Fair, guess where I made a beeline to?
Oh, same place.
Blue brick.
Yeah.
So that was where I started. Very, very happy with that. So that was my first thing. Then the next thing that I did was I ended up at the place where there was embroidery. So there were some Christmas ornaments, there were some different kits, and I had a lovely chat with Julie, and she is Knitted Bliss Stitching, and she was actually a guest lecturer. And I'll have May put her last name in right here. So she was doing a whole lecture or a presentation about embroidery and knitting and how you can combine the two.
No, we didn't go to the lecture because
We didn't, because we were hungry.
it's all about the food.
Remember that
The
chocolate? Always food.
We're sorry about that.
Exactly.
But,
But I had a nice chance to chat with her. So she explained everything that was in here. So there's the needles in here, the cloth that's in there, the embroidery floss, the hoop. There's a magnetic needle keep, needles. There's a needle threader.
Right, her
And
embroidery patterns were lovely.
know,
I mean,
it
it was
was
just a beautiful display and everything. Her
Exactly.
mom was so helpful and nice.
Exactly.
It was
And the
great.
really cute thing was because Julie was going to have to go do the presentation later, her mom was having to go and learn everything about how to handle the
Cash.
business and the cash and those kind of things. So I was kind of a guinea pig for them, and the mom was going through, and she did a great job, by the way.
Good.
So I was really, really excited
And
about
there's
that.
knittedbliss.com.
Exactly, perfect. You'll get to see all
Yeah.
kinds. There's so many. I really like this one because it has all kinds of knitwear on it. She did have mugs, which were really, really cute, which basically is this pattern on a mug, and it was beautiful.
It's so simple but so nice. isn't it?
Exactly,
Like her patterns
exactly.
are very simple but nice.
And I debated about getting this lady a mug, but I know she's really particular about
I am
mugs.
if you're a tea drinker, you know, and you're English or Scottish or British or Europe, you know that it has to be
just the right
the
one.
right lip, because if you get too thick of a lip in your teacup, anyway, I don't like it. But
Right.
it has to have a nice thin lip. So.
Exactly. So I didn't buy one for her, and then I thought I'll buy one for me, but I don't drink tea and I don't
No,
drink
that's
coffee.
not to say they didn't have the right lip, because I didn't look at the mugs, so they may
Yeah,
have.
you know, I know what you like, and it would have been too thick.
Okay.
They were lovely. I guess they could go in the dishwasher.
And for
go
coffee drinker or whatever,
Yeah.
they might be fine. But
Exactly, exactly. There was a lady that was in front of me that I think was buying 4 of them.
Oh,
She
nice.
thought they would be great Christmas presents.
that's a
So
great
that
idea.
was she
Yeah.
was doing. Now, the next one thing I wanted to mention, which isn't a souvenir, but I wanted to mention Krista Wales of Lake Knit Yarns. And she'd put out kind of a sheet that you could put your name down if you wanted to be a test knitter. And I kind of have always wanted to be a test knitter.
And it was for a particular sweater, I
It was
think
a
she was
particular
looking at,
sweater.
so.
And I thought, and May said, Colleen, you can do this. And I went, okay, oh, yeah, I could.
yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that would be awesome. You would love to be a test
I would
knitter.
love to be a test knitter. So maybe, I don't know if she'll email me or not, but we'll have to see. Now, just after we saw her, we went to this one, which is called Bar à Tricot, which is the yarn bar. Now, also where the yarn bar was Artville. And I have looked at this yarn before, but in this case, it was something else that caught my eye. So they call these things straws. You will have seen this before. I've used these before, but you always need a number of them. So these are the things that help you put your stitches on, and you can put it on the end of a needle and you can work it through. So in this, you get 1 2-meter long one and 2 1-meter long
Well,
ones.
it's very long.
It is very long. So the idea is that one of them will do for the body of a sweater, and the other ones will do for the sleeves of a sweater.
Oh, and they have nice little containers.
Little containers. And of course it had to be purple. There were all kinds of colors to choose from. So that was really exciting.
Those are cool. Those are nice.
I really, really like that. Now, this is something that I hadn't seen before. So it was right beside that. And these are called bitters. I'm not quite sure why. So if you hold that, I got to grab some knitting. Now, the idea for this is that it will slip on your knitting needles. And because they're rubber, it won't let your stitches fall off.
That's a simple.
It is really simple. So in this little package, you got 6 of them.
And they won't slide off easily
No.
either. That's great.
Exactly, exactly. So I ended up with the green ones. They had choices of green or yellow. I chose green. I think I got the last green one, but I was
Nice.
excited about that. So those are, I like when you can find nice, useful gadgets.
Nice.
I like gadgets, let's be honest. Let's just be honest about gadgets. I do like them. So those were my souvenirs from the Knitters Fair. How about you, May? Did you find anything?
Well, at the Knitters Fair, I did not buy any yarn, but I did buy something.
Oh.
What do you think I could buy at the Knitters Fair? That
A
would not be
spindle.
knitting? No spindle?
No spindle.
Anything else at the Knitters Fair that I would love? Now they did have those horses that were on those winders. I
Right.
liked those. Those came from IKEA, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And those would be great for knitters. But
Yeah.
I was looking at those, but they're not
Okay,
for
not
sale.
that.
They were just for display.
One
more guess.
One more guess. You don't
No
need a yarn
knitting, no
bowl.
yarn, no
Don't need a mug.
fibers.
There were some pottery mugs, which
No.
were great. No, I have no idea.
Okay. Well, there was a couple of farms there. There was a alpaca farm, and then there was another farm that they obviously have alpacas.
Okay.
But they sold honey.
Oh, honey. Honey. She found some honey.
There you go. And I was so excited about that. Now, my son was telling me that honey, I didn't know this, and I can't believe I'm this old and didn't know that honey had grades.
Right,
Like, I don't
right.
know what it all means. I'd have to
Right,
do some research.
right.
But I know number one honey is a great honey.
Exactly.
And all the honey that came from this particular farm
Right.
is number one, which is a good honey. Apparently, my son loves it. So anyway,
Exactly.
I got some honey for him for Christmas,
So
and
don't
I think
tell
he'll
him.
enjoy that. And no, don't.
Don't tell him.
And he won't be watching our knitting podcast, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Now, another thing is, honey keeps forever. Like, you can keep
Yeah.
this jar. I don't think it goes bad, ever.
They-
Even open? I don't
Even
think
open.
honey
You have
goes
to be
bad.
careful. But yeah,
Yeah. So,
exactly. So we're in good shape. So this was, we're going to try and pronounce it. What do you think?
it's French, I believe.
Chassagne Farm?
Chassagne Farm.
I think so.
Chassagne Farm. And it's from
Puslinch.
Ontario. That's in Ontario. So there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Very, very exciting.
anyway, we're excited to give them that, and that was what I purchased.
Okay. So then lunch, and then we headed off to the Galt House of Yarn. So
I didn't buy anything in the Galt House. There was no honey or no woodworking
No,
supplies.
exactly. But she was very good. She took her pictures, and then she said, "I'm just going to go outside
I have coffee.
and have coffee." So I had a lovely look around. Now, there's another pattern by Robbie Laughlin, and that's called the Guernsey Cowl. And I really liked this, and I was thinking about getting some yarn from the Blue Brick to do that. And then I thought I wasn't sure whether May could have that wool against her neck. I wasn't sure what she'd like, so we kind of had a chat. She said, I really like that cowl. And I said, well, we could do it all one color, and I could do it in something that would be comfortable for you. So when we went to the Galt House of Yarn,
They have beautiful yarns in there. I you know, from being with you and talking about yarns and being able to touch them, she has some beautiful colors and nice yarns.
exactly. So May loves that Hudson's Bay blanket that I've done, and that's with Barocco Comfort. So this is nylon acrylic, and what's really nice about this navy, it's a nice navy, but it shows the texture. Now, normally, I don't start knitting on my souvenirs until we've done the podcast. And I said, May, I'm so excited. I'm just going to get started on your cowl. So I did. And I'm here. And it's nice. So I really like how it's coming up. It's
love
got
the feel
all
of this
different kinds of
yarn.
textures. And I just said to May, just touch this for a second, and you're thrilled
I'm
with
gonna
that.
love that.
Yeah. So I'm really pleased
And
with
I
this
love
pattern.
the color. Like, it's just a great navy.
It's going to be nice.
Yeah.
And you look great in navy. So.
Thanks. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank
So
you.
I did get 2 of those skeins. You need 2 to do that. So that's the first thing. Now, I also thought, I might like one of those cowls. And so I got, let me reach into my bag of goodies like Mary Poppins. I got 2 of the Vintage DK. Still blue, not as dark blue, so it's kind of a heathery
Yeah,
blue.
different color, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm excited because that's going to show
It's
the
a little
texture
thicker
nicely.
yarn too, I would think.
You know, it's the same stuff. It just feels different. It
Yeah.
might be a little bit thicker.
Wow.
So I'm going to have to
Right.
judge the gauge and make sure it works.
Very
okay.
nice. That'll be nice.
So I'm happy with that.
We can wear matching cowls on the podcast.
Exactly,
Yeah.
we can do
Is that a
that.
thing?
That is a thing. In our world, it's a thing. All right, so the last thing was that there was this shawl. And it's called The Schwarm by Hannah Masiujuska. Not sure how to pronounce it. But I saw this. And to be honest with you, it was in a color that was called ochre, which is a yellowy gold. And I'm not a yellowy gold kind of person, but I loved the shawl and I loved the feel of the shawl. And so I thought, I could do that. That's really pretty, and the yarn's beautiful. So I decided Oh, what a surprise.
Purple.
Purple.
Oh, this is a nice yarn.
It is. So it's called Silky Lace Extra Merino Extra Fine Silk, and it's superwash.
And I noticed you take the price tags off before you get.
You know what? There weren't any price tags on anything. I didn't even have to take the price tags off.
And Colleen's been taking these price tags off, so I can't say on the podcast.
To be honest
this was
with you,
$150.
I will tell you, there are times when I have done that, but there was nothing at the yarn show, and there was nothing on any of this. I was actually surprised I didn't.
You're like, great, I don't have to take that off.
Anyway,
I can
yes.
tell the yarn is of good quality, not chintzy. No,
Exactly.
we talked about chintzy in our
Yeah,
last
exactly.
podcast. Not chintzy yarn.
Yeah.
It feels like all the yarn that you picked out was good quality, and that's what
I'm
you want.
really,
If you're
really
going to knit
happy.
something, you have to use, good
Good
quality
yarn.
yarn.
Yeah,
Because when
exactly.
I do woodworking, you don't want to use plywood all the time. You've got to
No,
use good quality
that's
for
right.
certain things. Now,
Absolutely.
there are times when you can use more inexpensive yarns, which
Right.
is feasible.
Exactly.
But if you're going to do something like that, that's kind of unique, you want to
Right.
use a yarn. If you're going to go to all
Absolutely.
that trouble and all that work.
Now, I am going to say, not that I need to rationalize here, but this actually isn't as expensive as it feels.
No?
No, I think you'd be surprised.
Okay.
But we're not having a conversation about that right now. But I just
don't
saw
discuss
that,
price.
and I saw that, and I thought, oh, this is going to be beautiful.
Well, very nice.
So I'm really, really happy with that. So those are my souvenirs. Thank you so much to Galt House of Yarn. Really appreciate that we got a chance to visit. I was thinking, on Instagram, the post said, we've just made this move. I'm not going to pack everything up again and go to the Knitters Fair. So I wanted to help out and go visit her
I'm
as
glad
well.
we did that. Made for a wonderful day. We had a great day. It was a
Exactly.
busy day, but a wonderful day and
Exactly.
a great adventure that we could share with you.
Absolutely. So if you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up, comment down below, let us know what you picked up at the Kitchener's Knitters Fair, or if there's some other pattern that you think we should look at, that would be great too. And
Until next time.
you take care.